Hi team, and welcome to Back Care Advent. Today I want to do a standing hip and spinal articulation mobility with you. Again, this is to try and integrate hips, lower back and get all of the musculature working together. If you struggle with standing up for any particular length of time, we can do this sitting down. We can also do some of it laying down. So I'm going to show you it in sections. Part 1, stand with your feet underneath your hips or near as damn it, okay? In as neutral a position as you can manage. Okay, so whatever feels comfortable for you is neutral, okay? Not what a Pilates instructor tells you is neutral, what you feel is neutral. Let's just get that squared away. Now I'm putting my hands on my hips so that hopefully you can it will help you to visualize what I'm doing. But we're going to start with some big circles, moving the pelvis and the hips. So I'm going through extension at the back, coming all the way around, pushing all the way forwards, and then all the way back and around the other way. And whatever we do in one direction, we must repeat in the other. So go in both directions, okay? About 3 rotations. Then I want you to change your foot position. So we're going to go into external rotation here. So you need a gap between your feet for stability, but let's go external rotation and then move those hips. So we're going to go for 3 rotations. What do you notice? Does it feel different? 3 the other way? Does it feel easier? Can you feel it working in different places? What's going on? Then we do internal rotation. So toes together and then go around. What do you notice? More movement, less movement, about the same. How does it feel? What do you notice? Whoops, balance. Just pay attention. And then come back to the middle as we started and go once more. So now hopefully you'll notice that this time round things feel a little bit better. Yeah, so we've kind of warmed things up. What we're going to do next, a little bit wider and soft knees, hands on hips so that you can see what's going on. I'm going to tip the hips forwards and tip the hips backwards. So we're tipping just the hips. So the sacrum, effectively, lumbar spine, we're moving it. Can you see my hands? How much they're moving? All the way forwards, all of the way back. Okay, that's not too difficult. We're familiar with that one, that movement we do in life quite often. The next one is tricky, side to side. So again, knees soft-ish. So what we do with our legs is going to be really helpful here. So you're going to try and push one hip out to the side, and if you straighten that knee, it will help. And then come back to the middle, and then go the other side. Bend and push. So you can see my upper body is staying really quite still, but my hips and my back are moving quite a lot. That QL, glute med, everything's firing up quite nicely. And then, because we like challenge as applied neurologists, we like to challenge and add complexity to movement patterns. If we're adding complexity, our brain is working really hard, particularly our cerebellum. If it's working hard at understanding new movement patterns, waking up new neurons or neural plasticity, forming new neural networks, it isn't receiving as much pain information because it's too busy putting out information. So the feed forward becomes more chilled, more relaxed, more, it's okay, I'll get to you in just a moment. What I'm trying to do is move more, follow this more complex movement pattern. Yeah, so complexity is key. So we've done forwards, backwards, we've done side to side. You can imagine what's coming next. We're going to make a square with our hips. We go forwards to one side, back to the other side. Forwards, side, back, side. Forward, side, back, And then if you can, switch directions. So it's very complicated. It's not a circle anymore. It's almost more like a square. We're being very purposeful with the direction that we're moving everything in. So that is going to give you more fluidity and flexibility in your lumbar spine. You can do that laying down. So you could do this in an almost bridge position here. So we would tilt our hips forwards, backwards. We would go side to side. It is quite difficult to do the square movement on the floor, but if you give it a whirl, I'm confident that you'll be able to manage that. Seated in a chair, again, you can go forwards and backwards quite well. Side to side is a little bit more tricky, but do your very, very best. Now that is a gentle movement, but because we're concentrating on one area of our body, it is really quite a systematic movement after all. It's very profound through our legs, through our hips. Once you've done those articulations, if you go for a walk, you'll feel much better. Everything will feel lovely, free, integrated and looser.